Hola my amigos, que pasa, how's it going? Katie here. So this is gonna be server problems part 2 while I am chilling in my car waiting to go back into work. So I just came up with a few little things because honestly every day I work I could rant about something. So and I made another list for this video. And I'm in my car, and my car is falling apart, as you can see. My truck's old. Anyway, so the first thing that's on this list is when people ask for water with lemons. And I'm like, water with lemon. Okay, so you're going to get the cheapest thing that we have on the menu because I already know you don't want to pay for a drink, so you're not going to want to pay for food either. And then you're going to tip me like $1 or $2. All right, because you can basically tell what people are gonna get. Like when I worked at Olive Garden and people got waters, they got soup and salad. It was almost every time, okay? No dessert, no extra things, no appetizers, no nothing. Soup and salad and water, that's what they got. So, I usually give people about 2 to 3 lemon wedges in their waters, or anything that they ask for with lemons. And, if people tell me that they need more lemon than that, it blows my mind. I'm like, so you want lemonade, but you don't want to pay for lemonade. Like, okay. Like, I had this one lady, she got tea. And I put, some lemons in it. And she was like, oh, I'm going to need more lemons than that. I'm like, you want an Arnold Palmer, but you want to create it yourself. Okay. Like, I love when I get triple sat and the tables get really mad at me when they see how busy it is and they just got off of waiting on the wait list for like 20 minutes. Yeah. People sometimes are great. Sometimes they really like understand. They're like, oh, it's fine. No, you're busy. Like, it's okay. And other people are like, yeah, we know what we want. We're ready to order. And I'm like, I didn't make you sit there for 20 minutes. Like, why are you yelling at me? If I walked into a place and they were that busy, I'd go somewhere else, okay? I would not wait. Like, I don't think hardly any food place is worth waiting 20, 30 minutes to an hour. It's just not. It's not worth it. Big tops. So, I have only been at this job for like 7 months or so, but I've been serving for like 4 years. So, I will take a big group of people in a heartbeat. Like 50 tops by myself, okay? Like, I will take them. I will do it. It might be a little longer for people to get things, but I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to rock it, basically. So, I hate when big groups are so impatient, okay? Because if you have like 15 people, and you have like 6 kids, they all want chocolate milks, you want 3 drafts, and the other people at your table want half and half teas, guess what? I have to make all of that. And drafts are terrible and they take a while, okay? I hate making drafts. Unless it's Amberbach, because for some reason Amberbach is just never bubbly and it's just so nice and smooth when it comes out. There's a train happening. There's a train. But like Bud Light and Sam Adams and what else do we have? Blue Moon. Oh my goodness, they just take forever to come out. So like if you're like, oh, like what is she doing? Or like if you're impatient with me because you got the most complicated drinks and that take the longest to make, like chocolate milk, we have to make chocolate milk. We don't have chocolate milk. We put chocolate syrup in milk and we make chocolate milk, okay? Like it takes a while. And when you're in the middle of a rush and people are like, oh yeah, we want chocolate milk, it's like the worst thing on the planet. And usually it ends up with something spilled somewhere. There's like a fry or something in the parking lot and these birds are like attacking. There's like a crow. There's like a crow with all these little birds. I hope it doesn't try to attack them. So much happening in our parking lot right now. And then this doesn't really have to do with people. This just kind of has to do with other servers and people that, you know, you work with. Now, I will almost always take somebody's shift, okay? I like working. I like money. I hate sitting at my house and having nothing to do. Like, you know, Missouri is having all these snowstorms and shit right now. Like, I hate sitting at my house, but I can't go to work because my truck will kill me, okay? So, I like working. I will open the store, I will close the store, I will stay through without a break. Like, I will stay here. I live here. So, it blows my mind when the one time, like, I need a shift covered, or like, I need someone to close for me. It's not even like a full shift. Like, they already have to work, but like, I need to go early. Like, I'll ask them to stay that extra hour for me so I can leave. And they just screw me over. They're just like, nah, or they don't show up or something like that. I literally cover everybody's ass and do everything for everybody else. And it's like the one time I need someone to like, no, it doesn't benefit me. So like, I can't help you. But I'm over here like, did I just take your shift last weekend? Like, why can't you help me? Whatever. Serving's like a dog eat dog world. What? Look at this. Trying to take a drink of my soda without showing you where I work like. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. So, in my restaurant that I work at, there are 6 booths. Probably said that weird because I put an L in both. But there are 6 booths. And that's it. That's it. The rest of the store is tables. So, I don't understand why people get so mad that there isn't one available for them. Like, we're just supposed to be like, oh, Jimmy and Billy Bob are coming today. Like, we got to make sure that they have their booth. But we don't know when they're going to come. But, like, we can't give it to other people. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, you don't, if you're not here, you don't get it. Like, you're sitting at a table, okay? And they get so mad and act like it's our fault too. They're like, well, you guys should get some more booths. Yeah, thanks. It's not the first time we've heard that. But meanwhile, you're gonna go sit at table 22 and you're gonna like it, okay? Like, I've had people be put at a table and be like, oh, they're getting ready to leave. Can we have their booth when they're done? I'm like, sure, like, more power to you if you want to wait until they're done after you've already got your appetizers, drinks, and order in for the table number that we sat you at. And you want to move to that booth? Go ahead. Whatever. We'll just find you. We'll just do whatever you want to do. Like, and you know, I know like the customers are like always right or whatever, but like, if it's already dirty and literally the people like are still sitting in it but are getting ready to leave, and you're like, oh, that booth's mine, that's mine, they're about to go. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. I'm like, whatever, you want to sit there, like, that's fine. People, they drive me crazy. Or whenever there's like 2 servers on the floor and it's like a Wednesday night or like a Sunday night, and we're really short-handed because there's only 2 of us, and we try to sit everybody on one side of the store because there's only 2 of us, and that way we don't have to run back and forth, or like one person on one side, one person on the other side. We can all help each other out. And people are like, well, can we sit over there? And I'm like, if you want to sit over there alone, because like we're trying to keep people on this side because there's only 2 of us, like we want to make sure everyone gets taken care of, like, you know, we prefer everyone goes over here. And then they're like, and I'm just like, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, then I guess it's okay. I'm like, thank you, please sit down now. Like, and it drives me crazy. People in booths, let me tell you. Oh, some questions that I get, and I work at a barbecue place, and love when people are looking at the menu and they're like, do you have steak? Like pork steaks or steak? And I'm like, Do you see steak? Do you see it on the menu? Or the side that we get, which I'm pretty sure we used to have mac and cheese, but we don't have it anymore. And they're like, do you have mac and cheese? I'm like, do you see mac and cheese on the list? Like, is it an option on there? No. Well, then no, we don't have it, because obviously our menu's gonna have the shit on it that we have. So, like, we don't just have special requests like, oh yes, I'd like some steak and mac and cheese. No, you're at the wrong business. Like, oh my goodness. Like, read. Oh, and this kind of goes along with that. So, like I said, I work at a barbecue place. We have ribs. Now, you would think, because this has happened a few times. Now, I understand that some people don't eat pork due to religious reasons, or, you know, whatever it may be. They don't like pork, but pork seems to be the thing that people don't eat, or they can't eat it due to, you know, like religious reasons or personal reasons. So we had this table come up one day, and they got like a barbecue for like 3 or 4, no, it was like 2 or 3. And you get a full slab of ribs with this. And they were like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes after they got their food. After they got the food. They already ordered, and they already had the food. And this guy walks up to me, and he's like, hey, those ribs are beef ribs, right? And I'm like, no, those are pork ribs. He goes, oh, well, we don't eat pork. And I'm like, like, you've had your food for almost 20 minutes now, and it takes you 20 minutes to be like, this might be pork. Like, oh God, I ate the pork. Like, and I'm like, if you didn't know what type of rib it was, why wouldn't you ask before you got it to ensure that you weren't gonna eat something that you don't eat? Like, we ended up taking away their slab of ribs and giving them like a pound of beef or something like that. Like, we fixed it, but it was just like, why wouldn't you ask before to make sure that you didn't get it? Because it doesn't specify. But most people, I guess, just like know, or they just don't mind what they are. But because I've had people ask, you know, and then they're like, oh, okay. But I don't know, those people were interesting. This one's probably one of my favorites, because I got yelled at because apparently I'm a stupid idiot server that was going to kill somebody's kid, but I actually was not. I was not doing that. So if you have allergies, please know the extent of your allergies, and also please know what you can and can't eat. Because if you start asking me, does this have gluten in it? I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Like, it is not part of my description to know what ingredient is inside of every single thing that we have. I can tell you most of them just because I've been here long enough, but I don't know specifically like what's in the sauces and what's in like the mayonnaise and what's in the like bean soup. Like, what? Like, I had someone want to read the dry rub to see if there was like gluten in it or something like that. I'm like, please just know what you can and can't eat, okay? And I had one table, and they wanted their bread and their butter and sour cream on a separate plate. Now, whenever I put butter and sour cream on people's dishes to begin with, I put them in their own little ramekins. I don't put it on there because I would like it, you know, if I could put as much on as I wanted to, not just someone put like a scoop and a scoop and like, there you go, that's what you get. Like, no, what if I don't want my butter and sour cream mixed? I mean, I don't do that to begin with. I'm butter and then sour cream, okay? But, so I put them on the side, and I'm so used to just sticking them on the plate that I stuck it on this lady's plate. Now, the bread was already on its own plate, but I made the mistake of putting the butter and sour cream on their own little dishes and then putting them on a plate. And I walked out there, and I was like, oh man, like, I got to the table, did not even set it down. And I was like, crap. I go, you guys said you wanted this on another plate. And I was like, well, how would you guys like me to fix it? I'm like, Do you just want to take it since like they're on their own containers? Do you want me to remake your meat, that the little plastic containers touching? Like, do you want me to remake the whole dish? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I will fix it for you because I messed up. And this guy he just like lost his mind. He's like, the whole point of telling you I wanted the shit on the side was so that my kid didn't die. And I'm like, okay. Like, sir, I was trying to fix it. Like, you don't have to yell at me. I understand that I messed up. And I was asking you how you wanted me to fix it. He's like, I'm gonna need a manager right now. So I go get my manager, and I'm sitting there like, I was in the back trying to like figure out, you know, what they wanted me to do with this plate. Because this is a $16 plate of food, okay? And so my manager goes out there and he's like, "Your idiot service trying to kill my kid." And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I wasn't. Like, I even told him, I did not even set the plate down that I had in my hand. I'm like, how can I fix it? Like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, it didn't touch the table. It didn't do anything. Because it was just like an involuntary thing in my head to just put the butter sour cream on the plate. And so my manager ended up giving those people their plate for free. And come to find out, these people complain all the time about everything so that they can get things for free. And I was like, well, if you know that they do this and it's not the first time that it's happened, why are you still giving them food for free? And they were like, well, if someone's gonna come in, stand up in the middle of the dining room and be like, your server's trying to kill our kid, it doesn't really look that good for our business, so we should just give them whatever they want. And I'm like, I mean, I can understand that, but like, the kid wasn't even near it. The plate didn't touch the table. I understood I messed up. I asked them how they wanted me to fix it. Like, they complained before. They've gotten food for free previously. Like, this just sounds like a reoccurring event where they're like trying to find something to nitpick and complain about so that they can get stuff for free. Because, like, their kid touched everything. Like, oh my goodness. And I don't know, I just can't. I'm like, I swear, you know, like, they ended up tipping me $5. I didn't expect anything because, you know, I was gonna kill their kid. And you know, like, I messed up so bad that they needed a manager and blah blah blah. But like, I'm human, I make mistakes. I understood, but I was not trying to harm any children. But I don't know. But that's it for server problems number 2. There will probably be a 3 because serving is always interesting and there's not really ever a dull moment because you never know what's going to happen. So stay tuned for the next one. Adios, my amigos. Bye.